BIM handbook. I think it's the outstanding handbook in the world, not just in Vietnam, in the world. And a lot more organization and engineer is focusing on that and looking for that. Okay, so I want to move to another slide. So we can use BIM technology to make a deviation report. Deviation is blend with Revit. The deviation between the BIM model and the existing model. Okay, existing model and the real model. Compare both side model. You can see in the image, this version may have some trouble when controlling the information in the project. And you can see from the first image, this is the current state. He don't know what to find out the information in the project. And it takes a lot of time to find out the necessary information. It's not consistent and it's completion information. And so the cost effectiveness is so low, pretty low. Okay? And with the second image, the cost effective is much more higher. So a stage in which to organize the document and the drawing catalog, but it's not a good way nowadays. The good way, the best way is that we have to use BIM model. And you can see that just only BIM model. When you are looking for, when you want to control the information, you just only open the model, open the BIM 3D model, and click on the elements and see the properties. Yeah, see the properties. The property is formatted by PDF, Excel, and the image, and the video format. And the cost effectiveness is much higher than ever before. Okay? And people don't have to spend a lot of time to looking for information. I want to give you a specific example. For example, for a long time after finishing the project, I want to know the information of this table. I want to know the information. I have to looking for the necessary documents. So it's very difficult to looking for the documents in the room, in the big room. So I just with BIM, I just only click on the element, the table, for instance. I can see the table is manufactured. The manufacturers of this table is Manh, and behind the width and the material of this object, I think it's very, very easy for user, for engineer, for manager. Yes, that is the reason why we have to transform to BIM model. Yes, as you can see, that is the 7D model, facility management. Yes, if you want to know the information, if you want to know the properties of this project, of this object, we just only click into that and see the property and see the result on screen. Okay, it's very easy. Okay, I want to spend a short time to introduce BIM in Vietnam. Also, you who know that BIM nowadays seems to be more popular. compare several years ago for agencies, for state agencies. State agency là đơn vị của nhà nước. For state agency thì phim người ta áp dụng như nào? For state agencies. Seminar in constructions. Construction law. Yes. It's a situation of state agencies. For owner. I want to give two specific reasons that they use BIM. The first reason is that need to apply. They see the need to apply BIM in work. Due to the computer storage applications, the computer storage from box, yes, from another thing. And I want to give you some names of the big order in Vietnam. They adopt the BIM. In group, in the store, getting by our city story. Okay. Using BIM for design operation control. Design consultants. I want to show you some design consultants. Design consultants is BIM early because he just only installed Revit, just only installed BIM tool. It's the way he used BIM. For architecture firms, you know BNCCs, ETW, Francis, etc. Do you know? BNCCs? About MEP firm, you know, read BNCC producers, they adopting BIM from 70 to the 100%. And regarding structure firm, BNCC so from the 30% to the 100%. And I want to show you some of the name of the constructor. You can see the target. Why they adopting BIM? Why they adopting BIM? The target is quantity takeoff, construction method, classifications, monitoring the progress of site erection. Okay? Monitoring the progress of site erections. You can see kind of being comfortable in a place, in a management skills, etc. Training center is the place I'm working. RC center, training tools such as Revit, Navisworks, etc. I spend a lot of time saying about BIM technologies and the way you use and utilize 3D model. So we have to put the question that what type of software that we use to generate 3D model? What kind of software?
Revit.
This is a BIM tool. BIM tool is a lot more software, not just Revit. Yes, and some people said that BIM is Revit, Revit is BIM. It's not accurate. It's not an accuracy. BIM including BIM tool including Revit. Okay. About the architecture, I want to share with you the Revit architecture of Grasshopper 3D, Rhino structure, etc. Revit structure, Tekla, robot, it seems to be, for those of you, it seems to be popular to the architects and engineers nowadays, especially Revit and SPEC Club. Yes. With MEP, Revit, MEP, and Kaliwa, you know Kaliwa. Can you guess it come from? Japan. Kaliwa. About the energy analysis factors, you can use the software such as Energy Plus, Ecotest, Green, Zero, and Luxury. Okay. About the project management, you can use Navis work managed software plus Contruction and Hydro SPEC Club inside for managing the project. It seems to be new to students. It seems to be difficult to students. Don't worry about that. You can. I will send you the slide, and you will have a lot of time at home to research it again. About the quantity takeoff, we have a software, the famous software, Eco. Okay. This is seems to be difficult because it's related to the technical. It's the technical factor. I don't want to mention. I want to show you. I want to say that Revit is one of the famous software in BIM Fudamental, and I spend a lot of time research and working with Revit. And I want to show you some typical elements in Revit. Okay, we just only spend a little time to assemble each element into federal model, such as you know the name of this origins, the column, the beam, slab, the wall, roof, door, windows, stairs,
chair,
khó nói.
set of chair.
Okay, I will call it interior elements. Okay, interior components. Yes, interior components. Okay. And you can see the final result. We just only spend a little time to erect elements into the single model. Okay, the single model, like the wall, the floor, or slab, etc. Okay. Another image. Yes. As you can see, this model from another company. Artificial model from another. Everything model from another company. So when you use BIM technology, you have to combine into a single model. And so when you combine into a single model, there are a lot of error between each element, because the element will be having a lot more glass between each element when you combine the model. So with such as Navis work software, you can use the Navis work for classification purposes and presentations. It's very easy. You can very easy to see the errors between elements, and you can have report the final report between them. Okay, so how to begin? If a company wants to apply BIM technology, wants to utilize the BIM model, they usually give the question for me, how to begin?
Yes.
I want to show you three steps that I usually use to our company in Vietnam. Just only a three steps.
Three
The
step
first step is
overview.
I will have an overview about this kind of companies from the organization, from the software and hardware that they are using in the companies. About the organization, how many people will be in charge of BIM? How many people will be in charge of drafting, design the stage, and what kind of project that they usually deploy, like residential project, hospitality project, hospital project, etc. And the second step is that the training, I will give them a curriculum in terms of training BIM tool,
Mũi nhiều nha.
architectural structure and software, Revit, especially in Revit, and teach them how to model correctly. Yes, and teach them how to make the family, their own family, and make the template for the companies. And I want to teach them how to identify the classifications between each model. And the final factor is link and workset when you want to apply BIM. And the final step is that you have to adopt a pilot project.
Dự án phi công là
Do you know pilot project?
dự án phi công.
Do you know pilot project?
Dự án dù.
Dự án thử nghiệm. The company can apply BIM into the pilot project or real project because that depends on each company. During the process of applying BIM in pilot project, I have to make a BIM. I have to make the BIM objective. Objective is similar to the target. BIM guideline for this company. BIM execution plan, because with a big project, you have to plan a specific plan, especially when applying BIM. BIM execution plan is very important.
Execution.
Okay. After finishing my presentation, I want to show you some real models about the Revit. Yes. A lot of things I want to share with you, but the time is limited, so I will show you just only one model, and I will give a long time for you to think the questions, and we have a long time to communicate each other. And you can see here, I'm opening the Navisworks model. It's a software. Do you remember Navisworks for
BIM tool.
what is the purpose? Project management. Okay. This is a big project that a lot more discipline is integrated. Architecture, structure, and people into the unique model. Okay, and I will make a section to cut out the model, and you can see the element inside the model.
Cắt luôn.
Angle sectioning.
Được. Ngon
And,
ha.
so
Đỉnh
this
nhỉ.
view,
Cái
you
này
can see that
thắt
it's
nặng
very
quá đúng
friendly.
không?
It's
Máy này
easy to
gọi là
imagine what
khỏe.
happens on screen. Okay, and you can see the pie, the column, the ceiling object, the floor, instead of the slab.
slab.
And this model, you can click
Cái này mô phỏng
on the
thích này.
elements, and it's very easy for you to see the properties. Wait for me.
Có cả tiền luôn đúng không? Họ đánh giá cả tiền luôn.
Yes, you can see the elements I selected is
Cái này là phải máy xịn.
0.79 millimeter length, and the overall size is 800 millimeter. The diameter of the pipe, and etc. A lot more information that you can utilize for maintenance and for operating the building. I think this kind of information is very important, especially for the owner. I want to emphasize that the owners is a key factor, is a key member in each stakeholder when adopting BIM. Guys, it's very simple for you to pilot, to rotate the model as you play the game. I think it's very funny. Okay. So it's very funny. So you have to spend a specific time, a lot of time making it. So I hope that after the sessions, you will spend a specific time researching about it and looking for a lot more material in terms of BIM technologies. And I assume that, and I want you to become the pioneer in the near future. Okay, so thank you so much for. Okay, let's move on to the Q&A.
Q&A.
Người ngoài luôn. Được.
First of all, I want to thank you for such a wonderful
Tạm biệt
presentation.
em.
But everyone, I'm a student at university. I have a question today that, as you said, that BIM that includes a lot of software, right? So I want to know how they can change the information from this software to another software. So I wonder whether the interface is similar, and if they and all the software is coming from just one company. For example, Revit before Autodesk, right? Where the text and all the software animations come from just one company. And are there any difficulties that we can transfer the information between software? Yes. Tôi về nếu xin thưa ba anh ạ. Ở đây bạn ấy hỏi là lúc nãy tôi giới thiệu một số phần mềm trong mô hình BIM thì mình có nhấn mạnh là cái thông tin là quan trọng nhất, và cái vấn đề trao đổi chuyển giao thông tin giữa các phần mềm ấy là sẽ như nào, bạn hỏi đấy đúng không? Đấy, rồi là các phần mềm giả sử thông tin nó khác nhau như nào thì phải là mỗi công ty đâu. Này, ok, nói tiếng Anh nhé. Thực ra là cái này thiên về mặt kỹ thuật một tí ra nó sẽ có những các cái nuôi, có cái nuôi mà người ta để xuất ra được. Giống như là tất cả các nước ở khu vực ASEAN này thì người ta sẽ nói tiếng Anh, thì các bạn đều nói tiếng Anh. Thì tất cả các phần mềm BIM này nó sẽ xuất ra một cái định dạng gọi là IFC hoặc là một số định dạng khác nữa. để cùng chung một tiếng nói, tất cả mình sẽ đọc được và lấy thông tin từ mô hình luôn. Yeah, ok. Tiếng Anh nhé. Tiếng Anh một lúc rồi anh lại việc anh về là nó quay ngay. From SPEC Club, as you, I want to ask you a question. As you say, being very wonderful and useful, and it's become a new sharing of the world. But in the project have a lot of steps and many persons who describe the benefit from that step. So, as we know, we have it can united that step. So, how to that person? How does that make it and accept I think that the question is general questions. A lot more things I have some concerns if I want to ask questions. So I just want to say that the first step you need to read material and studying a typical software. And after that, you can spend time to model, to build a 3D model and see that and give the information into the model. So you have to spend a lot of time to understand the entire thing about BIM. So my recommendation is that you can learn it from step by step, from studying some easy software, yes, legal software, and read some BIM article on the internet. Yes. Mr. Tuan, thank you for your presentation, and I have a question for you. I want to know more clearly about reporting, about how can we find out and deal with classification. How can we find out and report the classification and who will okay. The simple answer is using Navisworks, because Navisworks is the famous software coming from US, and this software will help you find out the classifications and resolve it and solve it. And who will in charge of that? Engineer and the technical person from the company will be responsible for that. Okay. I have another two more questions. The first one, are you introduced at the front of the beginning? Are you a collaborator for TNT design, right? And you was a intern engineer at Kernel company, right? So can you share with us about how Kernel applies BIM technology in the construction project in Vietnam? And can you tell me how good and how proficiency, so that because I know that TNT design cooperate with GP carrier to train people for Japanese company, right? So I want to know how good enough to meet the requirement of Japanese company. And I really want to hear from you the feeling of you for for working in the third company. Thank you.
Anh nó anh Tuan hỏi mấy câu cái gì nữa
You are the member of the project? Okay.
rất là chuẩn bị thông báo.
Regarding construction companies, they mainly bring the technology from the US, applying into a company in Vietnam. And they have a lot more technical specialists from the US. They will have Vietnamese people applying BIM. And I think that the most challenge is the humans, because the individual skill from this kind of people, Vietnamese people, is pretty low. And also you bring the modest technology in the US applying into Vietnam. So the skill is too low, and it is the obstacle for Turner. And regarding design companies, under the requirement that you want to achieve when you apply to a Japanese company. Okay, you work in Japan or another company in Vietnam. The simple question is, the simple answer is that you have to master modeling skill, master individual skill, and Revit, Tekla, etc. That depend on what kind of software that company requires from you.
For example, I know how to modelize the building into a software. So which one is it that actually are working? In this design process or construction process? Because in Vietnam, construction is divided into design engineer and site engineer, right?
For both design and construction stage, yes, for both of them. For both of them, because the model is used from the design stage
Thế chị
to
muốn
the
quen này
construction
người ta
stage,
hỏi đấy
and no have any gap
có phải ngồi với
between
nhau
the
yêu
stage,
chị ngồi quen
and you have to develop the individual
đang
skill
làm công việc
for the modeling skill and how to manage the object, how to manage the view in software, and after that you have to develop your collaborating skill, because with a big company you not just work by yourself. You have to work with a lot more people as a working as a group, and so the cooperation skill is very important. And I think it's the second step you have to focusing on. Yes, collaborating.
One small question. How long do you think for totally beginner to master the modeling?
Because that depends on the target. Because BIM is the developing. So that depends on what kind of work you're responsible for in the companies. Because it's unlimited. Yes.
I want to do my graduate design by Revit, so what time I must to spend to do this type?
Is it ready?
Yeah, Revit.
Because that depends on you. Yes, because that depends on the time you will spend on using it. That depends on your mind, your mindset. Yes. So I can guess the time is about from 3 months to 6 months. Yeah, from 6 months. Okay.
kiểu anh ấy chuẩn bị làm nó tất nhiên bây giờ phải dùng cái
So
này thì phải cầm
another
cái
question. You say that it look a lot of information. And so what can be controlled when an engineer modeling on project, and then after that another engineer will check this deal, right?
When you build the model, you have to give a lot of information into this model. And so some people will ask the question that where did the information come from? The information will come from manufacturer. You have to come to manufacturer and you have to give the information from them. Then you send the information out, and when you coming back to the office, you will put the information into the model. So I want to say that the information will come from manufacturer in general. For example, the table information is coming from group. Yes. The steel, the concrete is coming from another manufacturer, Manh, etc.
Yes, I have a question. Because I know that when we work in Rabbit, we use 360 to work together and another such as a lot of so because this is in a work so because this really policy in transfer something so this when it is really used speed we work together. So what kind so we can say another kind another way we can say
which is a difficult factor. I don't have enough time to explain now because when you research BIM, it's called CVE. It's called CVE. It's the environment of a lot more information that stakeholders can communicate with each other. So a lot more software, a lot more service can do that. Transforming information. Robot in the simple way. We have a lot more ways to do that. And you can research BIM, you can read some BIM article on the internet. I think you can easily see the name. Okay.
Can you give me some advice of the way to get started with BIM as a beginner?
As I said before, in the first step, you have to read some BIM article on the internet by yourself. And you can study a certain software, BIM software, like BIM tool. You can select another software. It's up to you. And the second step, a lot more things. I think it's difficult for you. So don't worry about that. Do not concern about that. Yes. And please read more BIM article and use some software, BIM software. As the first step. Okay.
Thank you.
So,
So can you give me a specific description about the process and the staging of BIM in the construction management?
construction management.
Yes.
Maybe I have to spend a lot of time to explain about this because when a company is applying BIM for project management, they have to spend a lot of time to make a enormous place to store the information, and they have to make a lot of documentation and guideline for subcontractor that involved in the project. Yes, and they. So I want to say that BIM is just only a tool, and the most important thing is that the knowledge in terms of construction I think the knowledge is the always is the top priority rather than BIM knowledge, because construction knowledge is very important. And as you said that BIM applied for project management, you can see it's just a tool to separate the productivities. The important thing is construction knowledge. Còn thực ra cái quan trọng nhất là kiến thức về xây dựng. Còn thực ra cái BIM này nó là cái nó hiệu quả cái công việc thôi. Đấy. Ngoài ra như em nói thì nếu ứng dụng cho quản lý dự án thì ra nó sẽ phải cài cái phần nó gắn với lại phần tổ chức dữ liệu giúp quản lý thông tin. Ngoài đơn vị quản lý dự án liên quan đến nhiều các đơn vị nhà thầu rồi nhiều các đơn vị thiết kế nữa. Đấy, cho nên là nó phải xem rất là nhiều để sao cho cái luồng thông tin nó chuẩn nhất. Thì luồng thông tin như nào, quản lý thông tin như nào, lại như bạn nói sao bạn nói trước mình nói liên quan đến một cái information environment này. Đại loại là cái này nó bắt đầu liên quan đến physical đấy. So outside BIM, do you have any questions outside BIM? Because I hear something from the MC. MC said that today I introduced something about BIM, and otherwise